there. Some coyotes.
Yeah, so we're still alive. Still alive.
Barely.
Yeah.
But we're still alive.
True. Yeah. Yeah, nothing happened.
We got rain.
Yeah. Yeah, quite a bit of rain too.
I want to connect some dots there.
They caused it. It was CERN.
It was.
That was another dimension's rain.
I didn't look up to see what happened with CERN, like if anything cool happened. Or...
I saw something. I'm sure it was fake. It was like as soon as they powered it up, stuff in the office started moving around weirdly.
Oh, hell.
And then they went outside and there was like a portal and then like a hand came through. I was like, okay, all right, come on.
Kurt
now.
Russell came out. Stargate.
Yeah, so I mean, who knows? Like, I don't know. From the videos that we saw, they're like, oh, we don't know if it's gonna happen right away, if it's gonna be like a few months or whatever the case may be.
I would just want like an actual whatever they told me. Like what were they when they did it? They did anything cool that they posted?
Like not that I saw.
Oh, like a new discovery or something.
Yeah. That was the only video I saw, and like I said, it's most likely fake. I mean, the video itself was pretty much just AI generated images with the voiceovers, like, oh yeah, this happened and this happened, and oh my god, and it's like, okay,
Yeah. Yeah, I saw something on Reels about, I guess someone did like a little experiment with some ball and it was magnetized around this circle thing, and then supposedly they saw something in the middle, and they said that maybe there's a what do you call it, like I guess ancient things that they've seen that has the same type of circular thing, and maybe they used it like they've discovered these all over the place, and maybe these are portals, but I don't know.
yeah. I don't know. I have seen some video. I mean, it wasn't about the eclipse or anything, but it's just about how the Great Pyramids were built and how the pyramids all over the world are almost exactly the same. And it's like back then they had this technology almost kind of like a portal. That was how they went from like, Egypt all the way to Mazatlan or Mexico or something like that.
The thing that trips me out are the drawings that are the same in different places of the world. Yeah. And then like there's theories about how, I guess Atlantis came from the Anunnaki or whatever. But then because their little civilization crumbled and they spread out and they kind of shared that education and technology with different parts of the world, and I don't know. I mean, I can kind of believe that. Like maybe maybe there was like a Pompeii type incident, and they couldn't live there, so they just left, and they knew a lot more than everyone else. I don't know.
Every time I hear Pompeii, I think of the Anchorman 2 blooper.
The bloopers.
Now I know what the villagers of Pompeii felt like. Just hot and frothy.
Only instead of hot lava, I rained down on with my frothy seat. What did you say? Ejaculate.
Like, feel this. Doesn't that feel like a cock?
Oh man, it would be hard working with him.
Oh hell yeah! I mean, you see in those bloopers, Paul Rudd is just cracking up.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
All right, so we're back for another week. Welcome back, guys. A to Z with J and B. We're back. The world didn't end.
No, we're still here.
Yeah.
Unless.
This is just an ongoing thing. Unless we actually did die, and this is the afterlife.
This is just what we think that it's normal, but it's not. So yeah, we saw a couple of things. No more really to talk on. Oh, unless we got to see what the future is going to hold in the next couple of months. We don't know.
We'll see.
I doubt anything's going to happen.
We'll see if the big earthquake comes that creates that new river, but and knocks California off the map. But highly doubtful.
Yeah.
But who knows? Who knows? But yeah, we did want to talk about some stuff that we watched this past week.
Real quick on the Micah Parsons thing, we heard,
so there are rumors going around. Who knows if they're true or not? But supposedly, people at the Cowboys organization are fed up with Micah Parsons, saying he's rude. Essentially, he's a fucking asshole.
Yeah,
like he doesn't acknowledge people on the training staff. Like he won't speak to them. Like I don't know if it went this far, but like not looking at them or them not looking at him or something along those lines. And that I had saw something or I heard something. I didn't see anything, so I don't know if it's actually true or not. But there was supposedly this report from like I want to say a scout or one of his previous coaches when he was entering the draft, saying like he relies too much on his God-given talent. He takes plays off and like all this other stuff. But I mean, you look at his body of work just from entering the NFL. He's one of the top, if not the top, defensive players in the NFL right now.
Yeah, I kind of blame Dallas a little bit just for the simple fact that if you were to take a Micah Parsons and say, put him on a team where the coach does have control in the organization, they know how to manage personalities like that. I'm going to say, for example, like New England.
Yeah.
Usually when you get people that go over there, everyone settles down. They have that team mentality.
Yeah.
People shut up. There's rules on what you can and can't say to media. And I think
maybe not so much anymore because Bill Belichick, he's not there anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, things might change over there.
Which along that, I heard something while the Pro Bowl was going on. Bill Belichick was there, and
him being a DC, a defensive coordinator.
Well, no, this is a like totally unfounded rumor. I just heard it once in passing, but someone was saying he's looking to start his own league, and he was trying to recruit players.
What?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Or no, not his own league, but his own like a new franchise.
The NFL?
No, a new franchise within the NFL. So a new team.
Oh, like a whole like an expansion.
Yeah,
team.
An expansion team.
Oh, damn.
And like he was there recruiting people. Like, hey, come play with me. We'll win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's a good proposition.
Yeah.
If anyone can do it, he can.
Right.
I hated him when he was with New England, but he has something.
Yeah. Yeah, and whether it's cheating or whatever.
He knew how to do it right. You know what I mean? You're only in trouble if you get caught. And even when he got caught,
yeah,
he still managed to do okay.
No, we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
We're on to the Eagles. We're on to the Cowboys.
We're thinking about next play, next week, next question. It's crazy seeing him on those. When he does interviews like that or conferences like that, and then you see him on just a regular like ESPN show. He's super talkative.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that's not the same guy.
Yeah, I mean, he just has that mindset whenever he's in coach mode. It's like, I'm just all about the game.
Yeah.
And once the game's over, I'm all about the next game.
Yeah. But what I did hear or what I read about Micah is like ever since that whole podcast that he started, like ever since then, he's kind of just been mouthing off and just saying or I guess he's more outspoken now.
Yeah. And that was one of the analysts. I don't remember if it was ESPN or the NFL Network. But one of the analysts was like coming down on him about that. He's like, look, shut your mouth and just do the work.
Yeah, I understand. Like if you want to get on there and just say, hey, we had a great game and let's bring on someone else and talk about maybe playing the game or something else. I get that. But if you're going to somewhat talk shit.
Yeah, I mean, and he's kind of feeding into the drama of everything. He's like talking about, people talking about Dak, and it was like, people are going to talk.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's the franchise quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, most valuable franchise in the world.
This is his last year, though.
Yeah, they chose not to extend his contract, so
he's not
pretty much
coming
after
back
this
after
year, he's going to be a free agent.
Yeah, he's done. No, I don't know. Hopefully he has a great season. Oh, man. But yeah, just being outspoken. And again, I mean, Dallas has always had really big outspoken people.
Yeah.
You know, Irvin, Dion, just to name. And those two guys are very outspoken. But, I mean,
I feel like the culture was different back then.
Stats don't say everything. I mean, look at Troy. Everyone compares like, oh, look what Mahomes has done. Now, granted, Mahomes is something different.
Yeah.
Because he has stats and he has championships now. Troy just had championships. He didn't have a lot of stats, but that was probably the best quarterback at the time for the Dallas Cowboys, for that team that we had. And, I mean, yeah, he may not have thrown 3 or 4 touchdowns every game, but he managed the team pretty damn well. And he was a good leader.
When I hear people talk down about being a game manager, it's like, that's what you want.
Yeah, you want someone to manage the game.
I mean, sure, those big splashy plays are fun to watch, but if you're not winning the game at the end of the day, then what's the point?
Yep, exactly. But yeah, I think that it's more of, like you said, the culture there in Dallas. I think there is no leader. They label people as leaders, but it's only because they're a quarterback or they're a middle linebacker or whatever the case is. Like, I just wonder like what the locker room is. I don't get the sense of, hey guys, we're here to work.
Yeah.
If you're here to make money, we're all here to make money, obviously.
Right.
But the first thing is let's win a fucking championship. Fuck everything else. If you're here just for the money, you need to get out. I mean, because teams with less talent have won a Super Bowl, which you could say when you stack up talent, Dallas is up there in terms of talent.
Yeah, I mean, take the wide receiver position alone. CD's a better wide receiver than any of the Kansas City Chiefs wide receivers.
Yeah. Yep. The line is good. The defense was decent. Yeah, we have no excuse when it comes to like, oh, well, you know, we're getting beat by other players. No, I don't think that's the case. I think we're beating ourselves. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Dallas fan. You can just see that. You see that with other teams too that have a lot of talent. They just, something doesn't gel. And I think a lot of it is mental, especially there in Dallas, because it's got to suck playing it's got to be awesome and also suck playing for a team like that because you're in the spotlight and it's a circus over there, you know, as far as the type of exposure that you get.
I think having a team that's super, super talented, because like with talent is going to come some ego. Like that's when you get into those players that like, give me the ball, give me the fucking ball. Like they're getting upset that they're not getting the ball. You have to have, you know, the upper management, the GM, the coach, like everybody above the team able to handle those egos.
Yep.
And that's what worked back in the day. Jimmy Johnson, he could handle those guys.
Yep, because he was like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, he knew how to handle it. Mm-hmm. And I want to say, I was talking to one of my buddies, but there was I don't know if it was a documentary or a little special. This was a while back, but they did talk about how when Michael joined the team, he pretty much had a meeting with Jamie just because they had history playing at Miami. Mm-hmm. And they pretty much just said, hey, you need to give me the list of people that are here to work and give me the list of people that are here just for a paycheck.
Yeah.
And Michael came up with that list. He's like, these guys need to go. Mm-hmm. And surely, like in the next 2 years, it was like a night and day change on what happened there. I'm like, that's what you need.
I think it was on Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp's podcast, and I think he had Marcus Spears on, and he was saying, Jerry, put cocaine back in that locker room.
Yeah, man. Dude, do it.
He was like, back in the day, There was this, I think he said it was Irvin's house. He's like, we called it the White House.
Oh, shit. God, yeah.
Oh, man. I wonder if you, because they did drug tests back then, right?
They did. Yeah.
I would like to get my hands on the drug tests back then. The ones that weren't doctored.
Yeah. These are tainted. Throw those away.
No, did you spit in this?
Yeah, it would have.
There's no way. A person couldn't live with that much in their body.
I think the 80s and 90s were probably so fucking Wild West in the locker room, dude. Just how, like, drug testing were.
Yeah.
I mean, steroids, coke. That's an awesome combination right there. It's a combination for success.
Obviously, I mean, 3 Super Bowls out of it.
49ers and the Cowboys, hell yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how this season plays out. I be honest with you, I don't have high hopes. Like, I'm trying to keep my hopes very low.
Like I said earlier, I think in a few podcasts ago, like, I think we're gonna win. I'm predicting 11 wins. So I think we're good enough to make maybe a wild card. I doubt we'll win the East, but we might. But if we do, like, I'm not really going to be like talking shit until we win that first playoff game. But yeah, regular season, like, I don't care. Like, I'm going to watch the games. I'm going to be excited, but like, I'm not. My hopes are not going to be high until we make it a good playoff run.
Yeah,
because I've had it, dude.
What's your So the draft hasn't even happened yet. What's your super early Super Bowl prediction? Who do you think is going to make it?
Who do I think is going to make it? Well, okay. I think we did this last year too.
Yeah.
So in the AFC, my dark horse is going to be Houston. Just because of what's happened just in the offseason so far. Free agency. God. They stacked up.
They had a great free agency.
I don't think Kansas City is going anywhere. I think they'll make a deep run too.
Yeah.
If they won 3 in a row, this will be their third one. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. I think it's going to be hard for them to do it, but I wouldn't be surprised. I can see Houston and Kansas City in the AFC Championship. On the NFC side,
see, I'm still. Well, I don't know. Like, I'm curious to see how the Ravens play out.
Oh yeah, because they added Henry.
Yeah, they added Henry. They still, I mean, but you got to think, like, Lamar Jackson, he's just a running back that can throw.
Yeah, but I mean,
so how much are they going to utilize Henry? Are they going to utilize him like they should?
I think they will, just to get some of the, I guess, just to take care of Lamar a little bit better. But I think he's still going to have free reign on, if you want to run. Run.
Yeah.
He's a big dude. I mean, he can take the punishment. And he's really careful when he runs too. Like, I've noticed he doesn't take really big hits all the time. Mm-hmm. But he surprised me. Like, these last couple of years, dude, that dude can like, when he first got in the league, I didn't think he was that good of a thrower. But like, after a couple of years, man, he's gotten a lot more accurate with the ball. Like, he can spread it around. They still got what's his name, the tight end, right?
Mark Andrews. Yeah.
So as long as he stays healthy, if Derek can stay healthy and Lamar stays healthy, and they have a decent protection, and the defense can hold, the offense to under 3 touchdowns, I think that, I could see Baltimore.
Yeah.
I think the AFC is going to be more.
Yeah, I think that, it's going to be super interesting in the AFC.
Yep.
Because, like, below them, you got, I guess, who else made the playoffs last year?
Who on the AFC side? Who did make the playoffs? Shit.
I can't even remember.
Yeah, look that up. As far as NFC.
Okay, so it was the Ravens, Bills, Chiefs, Texans, Browns, Dolphins, and Steelers. Yeah, I don't know. Like, definitely the Ravens, Chiefs, and Texans. Bills, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, Bills too.
We'll see, because they lost Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, they lost Diggs.
And who's their number? Gabe Davis went to.
Did he leave too?
I think he went to the Jaguars.
I think you're right. Who went to Kansas City? I think it was a dude from Baltimore. I want to say.
Oh yeah, Hollywood Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dude's fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about Buffalo. Let's see.
I don't know about the Dolphins. I mean, I can see them still being like a 10-win team.
Yeah, I mean,
Steelers, I don't know. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs this year.
no. Who went over there? Which quarterback went over?
Russell Wilson and Justin Fields.
That's right. The dynamic duo.
Yeah, I could see the Lions making another run in the NFC.
Dude, yeah, I would love for the Lions to make another run. They were fun to watch. Mm-hmm. Denver, no. Cleveland, I doubt it.
Yeah. Cincinnati, maybe. If Joe Burrow stays healthy all year.
Yep. Indianapolis, no. Did Jacksonville get some extra ammunition for Lawrence or no?
Well, I mean, Gabe Davis. I'm pretty sure Gabe Davis went over there.
Okay. Oakland, or I mean, Las Vegas, no.
Yeah.
Denver, no. Might have already said that. Yeah, I'm thinking Baltimore, Buffalo, Houston.
And there's going to be one team that just surprises the shit out of us.
I know, the Jets.
Maybe.
Well, hey, they might.
Yeah, maybe.
As long as what's his name?
I mean, they took Tyron Smith from us.
That's true. Yeah. We'll see what Aaron Rodgers does if he stays healthy. Tennessee, no. They don't have anybody anymore, huh?
Shit, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, they took Pollard.
That's true, yeah. Pollard. And who's their quarterback? I see his face. I just can't think of his name.
Yeah, I can't think of it.
Yeah.
Because Tannehill's... Did he retire?
I don't even know. I don't know.
I don't remember.
On the NFC side, Detroit.
I mean, I think the East is going to be a lot closer than what we might expect.
Yeah.
Depending on if the Commanders, can take that talent that they got, because they got quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Austin Eckler. They still have that wide receiver. What's his name? McLaurin.
Oh, yeah.
Terry McLaurin.
Yep.
And their quarterback last year wasn't bad.
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if there's another dark horse, Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
I mean, they gave, what's his name, a big contract.
Yeah, they brought Mike Evans back. They still have Baker Mayfield at QB.
Yeah, Baker got a contract with them. So, yeah, I could see them do some stuff. I don't think New Orleans is going to do anything. Carolina, no. Atlanta, no.
And the Bears, they added some weapons, and if
Bears,
they're probably going to draft Caleb Williams. I don't. I'm just going to laugh if that just is a bust.
Yeah,
like the next Ryan Leaf.
I could see it being a bust, but who knows? Who knows? Yeah, I think. And then San Francisco, I think they're going to have a strong team.
Oh yeah.
San Fran's probably the big one. After that, it's kind of up in the air. But yeah, AFC is going to be the
Tannehill.
conference.
He went to the Falcons, didn't he?
Did he go to the Falcons? I don't even know.
Wait, not Tannehill. What's his face from Minnesota?
Oh, Kirk Cousins?
Kirk Cousins, yeah.
Yeah, he did go. You're right. Yeah. So I wonder if Jefferson is gonna. Did they keep him? Because I know they were thinking about.
I'm pretty sure
there was rumors about trading him to Kansas City there for a little bit. But I don't know. I doubt that'll happen. I think he's too expensive.
Oh yeah, he'd be way too expensive for one of the top teams. Like I'm sure the Raiders might be able to get him.
Yeah. Yeah. And who's
their quarterback? Derek Carr. No, he left.
Yeah. He went to New Orleans.
That's right.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is their quarterback? Oh, Garoppolo.
Oh, okay. That's right.
But he got hurt, and somebody else was playing at the end of the year. Weren't they?
Yeah, he did get hurt. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, well.
I lost interest in most of the NFL towards the end of the year because I just had this gut feeling that things weren't just going to go well. Mm-hmm. So I was watching the games but not really paying attention. I don't know. It's just year after year.
Oh, yeah.
I've gotten used to it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But there is going to be the first game in Brazil this year.
Yeah, I saw that.
The Eagles and Jets.
Yep. I wonder how that's going to go.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I wonder, like, what other places will eventually go, like maybe to Japan. Have we played in Japan?
No, I don't think so.
Japan. I bet they would love it over there.
Yeah, it'd be cool. We talked about this one day, like if there was possibly an expansion team in another like country, but I don't see how that would work because like the different time zones, like people having to travel so far.
That would be horrible. Like, can you imagine? Like, say you're in Philly, and you have to go to say like Tokyo, Japan. Mm-hmm. Like, how does that work? Or, I mean, I wonder how far is it from the
You would
East
have
Coast?
to. There would have.
Do you go? Do you keep going east?
They would have to set the bye weeks. Very precisely. So like your bye week is the week before you travel to this country or whatever.
I wonder if they would even
implement a second bye week for the after, just get reacclimated.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be weird.
I don't think that would work. I think the closest you'd have to be either in Canada or Mexico. Yeah. That would be the only way it would work. Because I mean, Hawaii, I mean, that would be awesome, but you still travel a long ass way to get there. No, but I think you and I talked about how cool would it be if they did have like the UFL was our kind of like minor league, right? One tier under the NFL, and then whoever won their championship got promoted to the NFL, and whoever placed last got relegated.
You can even do it to where it's like you have the NFL, UFL, arena.
Yeah, you could, because I mean, soccer has that tier structure. And I mean, I think that would
that'd be super cool. And like, and we talked about this too, is like in the draft, you do almost kind of like, this past year was the first year I did a dynasty league is where you like keep a lot of players and everything. And your draft every year is pretty much just rookies. But you would do it in the NFL, have a draft for like the other leagues. So like the teams could draft somebody from like the Arena League or the UFL and bring them up to the NFL. Yeah. But the team as a whole, if they win the championship, they move up to, and then the last team in the other league moves down.
Yeah, and then you would help them out. Like if they're new to the league, then they automatically get first pick in the NFL draft because I mean their talent is not going to be you know what I mean, where it should be. I think that would be interesting. Yeah. It'd give a lot of people a reason to watch UFL more than, because I mean, I saw the stands on some of their games and like it's fucking empty. Yeah. I mean, there's probably a couple of thousand, but it's a little more than a WNBA game. Yeah. So hopefully something like that happens in the future. I think that'd be awesome. Yeah. So what else is on our itinerary?
Well, we started talking about what we watched this week.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so Joe and I, we went to the movies last Sunday, and we watched Monkey Man. It's starring Dev Patel, directed by Dev Patel, produced by Jordan Peele. Yeah. I liked it. I liked it. It was like Indian John Wick.
Yeah. The angles, like the different camera angles were pretty cool too. Like it almost seemed animated on some parts. I'm like, oh, that's cool how they did it. Like how they're showing him through this. It was the little decoration, like they were just showing it. Yeah, like, I was like, that's fucking awesome. Yeah, a lot of fighting. It's your classic,
underdog story.
Yeah. Had a cool little montage of him, little Rocky montage, him getting better, getting prepared.
Yeah, it was cool. Like the dude drumming, he would hit to the drum beats. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah. And I liked it.
And you had that, I mean, you got a sense of the Indian flavor to how they, do movies and stuff. So that was...
Yeah, a little Bollywood in.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, he did great for his directorial debut. Dev Patel nailed it. Like he did really well.
Yeah,
I mean, he had a great filmmaker producing Jordan Peele, like Get Out.
Whoever played that one girl that was in the hot one, God man, Hotness Meter. She is beautiful.
Yeah,
Golly.
yeah, she's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need to do little awards for if we do see movies, a little hotness award. She's number one right now.
Do it like Wayne's World. Mm-hmm. Swing.
Yeah, but no, it was a good movie. If you haven't watched it, please watch it.
Yeah, go and check it out. Yeah, we were going to watch Dune 2, but where we're at, the last showing was at 6, and we didn't start looking till like 6:30. Yeah. And then there was another one at another theater, but it didn't start till 9:30. But it's like a 3-hour movie, and we would have got out like 1. Mm-hmm. It just would have been a long day.
But I think that's the next one.
Yeah. That or Civil War just came out today.
We have to watch that one.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of, we should.
All right.
See you guys. No, I definitely want to check out Civil War. It looks really cool.
That's one I've been looking for.
A cool thing about the movie that I saw is the way they shot it. They used this camera from a company called DJI, who specializes in drones. But they've been kind of venturing off into other things like, drones and gimbals. So they have gimbals, like 3-axis gimbals that you can put your camera on that gives you stable footage. Back in the day, it used to be just like a Steadicam operator with this huge rig that they had to wear. It's like this exosuit that carries the camera, and that's what gives you those smooth, fluid movements. Okay. So like if you're watching a scene, like think of Goodfellas when he's going through the kitchen. That's a tracking scene. Oh. They're on a Steadicam following behind him. That's why it's so steady, and it's a beautiful shot.
That's what they used for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So what DJI created is, because they specialize in these gimbals, they built this gimbal that had a camera incorporated into it. Oh, snap. There's a 4K camera incorporated into the gimbal itself. And so he wanted to shoot it almost as if like you were a part, like you were there. So like very first person kind of thing, like really hands-on in there. Yeah. But he also did it to where if you listen to some of the featurettes, they talk about like the way they shot it. They just kind of put us out there, almost kind of like think of Tropic Thunder when they take them into the jungle. Mm-hmm. Their idea is we'll place cameras, do it guerrilla style, where they don't know where the cameras are. They don't know that they're being recorded, but we're recording them. So Kirsten Dunst's like, yeah, they put us in this huge set, but we didn't know where the cameras were. Like every now and then we would see Alex with the camera over there, but for the most part we didn't know where the cameras were. So it was like this really immersive.
Yeah, I was about to say you have to be in it. Like you don't know where to look. Or,
so you're just reacting to everything that's actually happening on set, in a fake environment, but as real as possible.
I think that's the way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm super excited for the movie. I mean, it just looks like a good movie overall, but I think just knowing how they
American aria.
And yeah, that line right there is like you could see that happening.
Yeah, that dude's I like that actor.
Oh yeah, Jesse Plemons. That's actually Kirsten Dunst's husband.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah, he was great in Breaking Bad. Yeah. Like in the El Camino movie too. Yeah, he's a great actor. And Friday Night Lights, I was almost his co-star.
Yeah. Battleship. He's in and like he can play different.
Yeah,
like he can be like an asshole. Mm-hmm. He's almost like he has that Philip Seymour Hoffman thing.
Yeah,
where you can see him play like a goofy guy.
Yeah,
and then also a very serious.
Him and Paul Dano.
Yeah.
They have a very similar kind of aesthetic to them, where they can kind of go, like you think of Paul Dano as the Riddler, he's totally different in Swiss Army Man.
Yeah.
I love when actors can do that, because like sometimes you watch an actor's performance, who's like, oh, that's just so and so, just saying these lines.
Yeah.
But like when you see somebody kind of like a Daniel Day-Lewis that just loses himself in a role. Like they become that person. Yeah. Like it's phenomenal to watch.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the next one we got to watch. But yeah, Monkey Man. What would you rate it? What do you want to do? A 10 scale or 5 scale?
We'll do a 5 scale. 5 scale.
All right.
I'll give it
a solid 3.5.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same 3.5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was one shot that just kind of bugged me a little bit in the movie. It was this, and it was. It's not necessarily a throwaway shot. It's what they call an establishing shot. Mm-hmm. So it's whenever they establish that big like hotel or the place he was working at.
Yeah.
They did this establishing shot from a helicopter, so it's like a aerial shot, but it started like way over here, and it took a long time to get to what they were trying to focus on, and then it focused on it for like it was like almost like a minute and a half, 2 minute shot that could have been maybe like 10 seconds long. I just thought that was a weird choice.
I wonder if they did it for that reason. Like they're going to talk about this.
But yeah, like for the most part, I love the movie. It was great. Yeah. But beyond that, something else that came out this week.
Some new series
series. Some series that came out a few weeks ago that have been putting out weekly episodes. But the new one was Fallout.
Yeah. And it's based on a video game.
Yeah.
And I mean, you put in some hours. I think on Fallout 3, I put on.
I couldn't remember if it was Fallout 2 or Fallout 3.
No, it was Fallout 3.
3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and
I haven't played it in so long that
that's still one of. it's one of the best.
But you remember back then? I told you like we used to play in that game room at my mom's house in those little like rocker chairs, and I told you I was like, this would be a really cool movie or TV show. Mm-hmm. I mean, it took years to make, but I think they did it really well.
Oh yeah, and I put a ton of hours on Fallout 4, and dude, the details, you don't have to watch more. Like it's some of those, like for example, Game of Thrones. Some of those, like you're like I tried watching it, but I couldn't get into it. Like, oh well, you watch 3 episodes and then you'll get into it. Promise. This one, like from the get go, especially
you don't have to have played the game to get into the show.
Yeah,
because like the story itself is an original story, so the story doesn't follow anything. I mean, the world, of course, but the story itself is just they wrote it for the show.
Yeah, it doesn't follow anything on the video game.
But the great thing that they did was the world building, because like when you play the game, like I knew back then, that was before like I got into like Hollywood and filmmaking and everything. Like I just knew like this world is primed for a cinematic kind of thing, and they did it really well.
Yep. Like
from Walter Goggins' Ghoul, like the makeup and everything, the effects, like super like spot on. I saw a side-by-side picture of like a ghoul from the game and him, and it was almost exactly the same. I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah. I'm glad. I think they got the right person for that type of character too. Like,
yeah, and I love Walton Goggins. Like he's everything. He's another one of those actors that he can be funny, he can be menacing. Like in this show, he's kind of both. Like he's this menacing character, but he has comedic like moments.
Yep, and he had a sweet backstory too.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's hard not to like. Look forward to seeing him and kind of root for him at the same time, but he does do some like, oh man. But if you haven't played the game, I would say, give it a shot. It's fun.
Yeah.
If you like those type of games,
RPGs. Yeah, but definitely check out the show.
Yeah.
Entire series season dropped on Amazon Prime on Wednesday night. It was originally set for Thursday, but they moved it up to Wednesday night.
Cool.
I've actually watched the entire series already.
Nice.
It's great. They set up the last episode sets up the next season, which I'm almost 100% positive they're going to get renewed for a second season.
Oh yeah, and
if they haven't already.
Yeah, we were worried. Like it's a big undertaking trying to do this type of thing. And we were like, man, and especially on Prime too. We were like, it's not HBO. We'll see how it goes with Prime. And
Prime's been putting a lot of money into their TV shows, like that Lord of the Rings series. It was like billions of dollars that they put into it. Like they had somebody in control of sand.
Yeah. I mean, I heard how much they invested in that series, but I heard not so good things on like the actual series.
Yeah. I mean, I watched it.
If you compare it to the movies.
Not as good.
Yeah.
I mean, production quality wise, sure. Like they it looked nice, but I don't know, for whatever reason I didn't love it.
Yeah.
Like comparing Fallout to that, I much prefer Fallout.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm just I'm closer to Fallout because I played the game or something like that. But I don't know. I'll still watch the show because they're bringing another season of it. I'll still watch it.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I gotta watch it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even start watching it just because I heard bad things about it, or not. I don't want to say bad things, just not as good as I thought it was gonna.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's still worth a watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an all right show.
All right.
Like, it's production value. It's a beautiful show to watch.
Yeah.
Like, visually. But yeah. So Fallout. There was something else I watched. Shit, what was it?
What was it on? Like Netflix or Prime, or what was it on?
I watched so many things that they start to get mixed up. I know I don't watch anime that much. It's funny because like so many guys in my age demographic, they're just like all about anime. Like even Michael B. Jordan, like they talk about anime like crazy. And I don't know. I never really got into it.
Yeah, same.
But I did watch this one that it's on Max or HBO. It's called Ninja something, Hidaku or something like that. It was actually really good, and it's still going on. I think they release episodes every week, but it's really cool, like really gory, like it's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, I need to see some of those. I saw some of them on Netflix, and it just reminded me of like how I used to like play with like action figures back then, like in my imagination, because all it is just fighting. Like, oh, I see you're using dragon's leg. Okay.
Oh, and another one that's on Netflix that I loved was the Blue-Eyed Samurai. That one's fucking awesome.
Now this one was like I think it started like Kingen something. You've probably run across it.
Probably.
Yeah, and then there was Baki, which I think
I've seen it. I haven't watched it, but I've seen it on there.
Yeah, it's all the same family of I guess it's in that universe or whatever. Those were cool. A lot of arena fighting. That's what I liked about it.
The one I was gonna talk about, I want to say it was a documentary, and I was pissed at it because shit, what was it?
Ancient Aliens?
No, it was oh, damn it. Fuck, what was it called? There was one point where it talked about, like, I saw this clip, and the clip is what like got me to watch it. And I thought it was like they were going to talk about the Kennedy assassination, how it was fake, and how they doctored the video. Because the clip I saw is this woman talking about this guy showing her this video, and he says, look at the video. And in the video, it clearly has the driver turn around, shoot him in the head, and then turn back around.
Oh, damn. I thought, didn't you talk about this at one point?
Did I?
Before? I thought you did. I don't know if it was coming up or maybe you saw that scene, but you hadn't watched it yet.
Yeah, maybe I was talking about that clip.
Yeah.
So I watched the documentary. I have, what was it called? I have to look it up. I think I was, because I was mad that I watched it. Because essentially it doesn't tell you anything.
No.
Like that clip was just like the smallest part of one episode, and everything else was just like, oh, maybe. I was like, fuck you, man. I just watched this entire thing and I got nothing out of it. Oh man, I don't. How do I find what I've previously watched? Recently watched. I watched Ripley. I just finished that today. It's a new show on Netflix. It was okay.
And this was a documentary, right?
Yes. I watched the entire series of Resident Alien on Netflix. That's a good show. It's funny. I like Alan Tudyk. American Conspiracy. That's what it's called.
What was it on?
Netflix. Yeah, the Octopus Murders. So it's about how these journalists looking into these murders and everything end up dying. And like high level, like George Bush, a bunch of high level people, they were considered the tentacles of this octopus, and they were controlling, like they were getting these people killed and like all this other stuff. But it was just at the end of the thing, it was like there was no like facts or just like it was just like hearsay, and I was just like, really? I just watching. I thought I was gonna get some good stuff. Like I thought you were gonna spill the tea for me.
Man,
it's nothing. I was like, I just watched 4 episodes of nothing.
Yeah, there are a lot of documentaries like that, or just shows in general.
Yeah, and it sucks. Like a lot of them, they stretch them out over 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 episodes when it could be like 1 or 2 episodes. Just like give me an hour and a half, done.
Yep.
But now you got 45 minutes here, 45 minutes here. So much exposition, and it's like, okay, come on, just get to the meat of it.
Other news: OJ passed away.
OJ passed away. I've been seeing a lot of just like good riddance.
Like, I just wonder, I'm not saying that he did or didn't do what he went to court for, but surely before that, like I heard a lot of good things about him. Like he was a funny guy. He was a good husband, supposedly, and obviously, I mean, a great NFL player.
Yeah.
One of the best running backs. But yeah, everyone always remembers just that one thing that defines him.
Yeah. I saw this meme, and it was the picture of the white Bronco being chased by the cops. It's like, if they don't carry his casket to the funeral home like this, huge miss. How cool would that be? And there's this other one that had a white Bronco, but extended as a hearse.
As a hearse? How cool would that be? Oh, that'd be awesome.
But no, my one other thing that I watched is, I don't know if you watched it yet, but people are saying maybe the best episode of animated
X-Men
show ever, X-Men episode 5, X-Men 97 episode 5. When I tell you, it elicited a physical response out of my body. Like when it was over, I had tears coming down my face. Damn. And I don't know if it's because like I'm so close to this show because I grew up on it and like it's that nostalgia for me. And like, but it, like I said, the storylines that they're going with, they adapted E for Extinction. And if you've read the comic book movies, I mean, they're comic books. It's an event that kills millions of mutants. And
I have to catch up to that because,
dude, and the creator of the show, the creator, he said episode 5 is just the tip.
Oh, wow.
And he said the rest of the season, hold on to your pants.
Damn.
Like, if it gets better than this, I'm so excited. like this episode, it's amazing, man. Like it's so fucking good.
And how long is each episode? Is it like
30 minutes?
Okay.
Like not even that, like 28,
20,
something like that. Yeah, it's so good.
Man.
And like even like the music's different at the end, and it's you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. I mean, obviously, if you're an X-Men fan, you have to watch it. But everybody else, I think it's such a good show. Like, and you can watch it with kids. Like, it's a kids show.
Well, yeah. I mean, look what they did with Rogue.
Yeah. Oh man,
that was a lot of our reasons for watching that show.
Yeah, that's definitely a 5 out of 5 for me. And it might be my favorite show that I've watched this year.
All right.
Like it's really good.
I will have to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a short and sweet one today.
Yeah.
Just kind of what's going on, catching up.
Yep. Do some new stuff for next week. But yeah, that's all really we had on our minds for this week.
Yeah. Well, guys, we hope you have a great week.
Yep.
We'll see you next week.
Vaya con Dios.
Adios.